Okay. JC, just take me through that last at bat. I'm assuming just the main goal was to make contact. And what do you kind of see? What were you looking for in terms of pitch selection?
Yeah, I mean, I always go towards the inside of the plate. It's just where I'm strongest at. But she was throwing me a lot of outside, so I was just kind of like, I'm gonna throw my hands at it wherever it comes and hope that it works in my favor.
And then Riley, for you, what'd you see on your home run pitch? And is that the first one you've hit, or is that the first one you just hit at the collegiate level?
That's the first one I've hit just at the collegiate level. But she was throwing me a lot of outside rise balls. And so I was just trying to sit on one inside pitch, and she ended up throwing me like my pitch that I was looking for, and it ended up working out. I also scooted towards the back of the box, so made a little bit of an adjustment there. Yeah.
For you, getting that start today, you don't have a ton of at bats this year, but you had a walk first inning, and then obviously the big hit. What allowed you to have that success at the plate?
I honestly think it was the other two after my walks where I got out, and I really did learn from those at bats, like what I was looking for and what I was needing to expect to be successful in that situation.
Probably for you, just in terms of where do you think you've grown this season? Obviously, from kind of breaking into the lineup to now becoming a regular contributor. I mean, where do you think that growth has been?
Is that talking to me?
Yeah, Riley, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat that one more time, please? Sorry.
Yeah, in terms of just how you've kind of the story of your season from, breaking into the lineup to now becoming a regular contributor as just a freshman, where do you think you've seen the growth for you as a player?
Definitely my confidence, knowing that, because at first I was a little bit nervous, but like knowing that I belong here, and my confidence has significantly grown since I've been in this program with the help of the coaches and all the girls and my friends here.
Both of you guys, I guess, could be considered having two of the biggest hits of the weekend. Obviously, the game. I guess for each of y'all, what's been the message in terms of the approach at the plate? Because those big hits have seemed to be something that have been escaping y'all as a team a lot of times this year.
I think the biggest thing was like waiting for our pitch. I would say did throw a lot of balls, so I think it was good for us to kind of sit and wait for a pitch that we wanted, and I think that's what we both did a good job of in the two hits.
Yeah, I would agree. It was kind of being able to like trust the process a little bit and like understand like what we are looking for when we go up to bat, and worked out pretty successfully.
What's your walk-off strategy in terms of, are you a run away from the pile, or are you a just embrace it?
Well, that was the first time for me. So I stood there, I threw my hands up. I was like, come give me a hug.
It helps that you're probably one of the smaller girls on the team. Just to
yeah, everyone was picking me up, like throwing.
Yeah, you get the Simba treatment a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's all I got for y'all. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. I like it. All right, now we have Coach Ward.
Okay, Coach. So we talked about it. You guys, finally got that big hit that you've been asking for the past couple weeks.
Is that your question?
Sorry,
I'm teasing you.
I just want, just get your overall general thoughts on it.
Yeah, I'm teasing you. Yeah, I mean, you think of a senior weekend and stuff, and a lot of emotions that are going into that and stuff. So I think it was pretty fitting that, I think it's pretty cool that a freshman came, a senior started it and a freshman came and got it done. So I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, in my mind, that was just a really nice team win. I mean, that's what we will continue seeing in this program as we grow and move forward, is utilizing a team and, understanding that we have a lot of options and opportunities to be successful.
Just curious about the strategy in terms of, it seemed like maybe the strategy was to have yesterday have been the curtain call senior day for the seniors, and then kind of have that be it. And then was that the game plan? And then kind of it was a close game, and you're like, okay, let's put some of the bats back in. What was kind of the strategy behind all that?
Well, I think, you know, traditionally people do what we did yesterday, but we thought it would be more cool to take it one step further. And the plan was always to get them to finish on the dirt. Because I think it's nice to have the curtain call, but I remember as a player being so angry when my coach pulled me in the middle of the game, and I'm like, we still got to win here, you know? So we actually took the opposite approach. And I mean, it was win-win because we had the opportunity to make sure we were getting playing time to some people before we head into the conference tournament here. And then also make sure that our seniors had the opportunity to finish on the dirt instead of, you know, otherwise. And that was the game plan all along.
How big is that though, that one of the, freshmen who starts the game, ends the game, and just what that can do for her confidence?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've talked about JC before, and she's been, mostly used in a role position this year, but, in the past few weeks, she's really maximized her opportunities and she's a force to be reckoned with. She's got a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, and she's got, a winning mentality. So I'm excited for her and her future because she's going to continue to get more opportunities just by chance and, roster and everything. And I think that the sky's the limit for that athlete.
Then obviously, you make a lot about Kelsey getting on and then JC ending it, but what does it say about Maddie using maybe probably her last at bat as a senior? A lot would want to just go up there and swing for the fences and try to get the walk up, but she's willing to lay down that sack bunt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially after the monster shot she hit yesterday that cleared both fences. So, I mean, I was a little torn on that decision, but with how many runners we've left on this year, we thought it'd be a little bit more romantic to try a different way. So, but I checked in with Maddie and I was like, Maddie, I know that that's not ideal. And she's like, that felt so good. She was happy. I mean, Maddie's a total team player, so she's excited to contribute, but that made a big difference for us.
Then another big hit in that game was the home run, obviously, by Riley. Where have you seen her grow in terms of just being someone who cracks the lineup to now being someone who is regularly contributing in that lineup?
I think she's really starting to buy into the offensive side a little bit more than she was. I think she was just a little unsure of herself at the beginning of the year. I mean, she kind of hit on it when you asked her that same question, but you could kind of tell that she was still in that in between on, do I belong here or not? And defensively, it's never been a question. And she had to convince herself offensively that she has what it takes as well. So, I mean, I remember going through that my freshman year as well. And then when the year was over, I was like, what did I do to myself? I just made that way bigger than it needed to be. But that's a part of growing. And I think that's part of our responsibility here.
So now you guys kind of wait. It's this waiting period. How do you keep yourself fresh or game ready for 2 weeks, kind of in between while other teams might be playing games? You guys kind of have to, wait it out.
Yeah, and on top of that, we have finals. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in that time. Not necessarily competition in games, but I think they need a little bit of a break right now so they can focus on the academic side and make sure that's taken care of. So, they can be focused with their mind and be able to just worry about softball when it's time to head to the conference tournament. So I think the timing of it is actually going to work to our benefit.
Better way, I guess, to finish off the homestand this year than a walk-off. And is that kind of a, after everything y'all have been through, especially kind of on the offensive side of the ball at times this season, just a nice, okay, good. Something at worst, it's something to build on and then to give these young.
Yeah, we talked about whatever day, Friday, I guess it was, like there's a process of learning how to win, and that is exactly the process. Is not everything went our way that game, but we still found ways to make it happen. And the more times we can be in those situations and pull it out, like that is literally how you learn to win. And I know it sounds so silly, but you have to experience that. You have to grind that out. And our athletes were able to do that. So, I mean, that was a huge step, of growth for a program.